Christmas is almost here, and today I want to virtually invite you to take a little tour of our tiny lake house all decorated for the holidays. I wish you could all come here in person and we could have a little cozy cup of hot chocolate together, but this is the next best thing. I'm going to share with you all of the little touches I did throughout this 467 square foot cozy space. I decorated it really simply, but in a cute little cozy cottage style, using mostly items that I already had on hand from the thrift store, dollar store, and IKEA. So I hope this video gets you feeling festive. Thank you so much for watching all of my videos over this past year. I appreciate every one of you. Let's get started. In case you're new here, we renovated this 1957 tiny cabin on a lake last year from the studs up, and I'm so proud of what my husband Sean and I accomplished here. It was so much work. There were some literal blood, sweat, and tears along the way, so I'm so excited to decorate it for its first Christmas. We have some guests coming over the holidays. It's actually pretty full, so I'm really excited about that. I wanted to add some simple festive touches. So starting with the exterior, the only thing that I purchased for this whole makeover was this 36-inch wreath from Canadian Tire. I wanted something big enough so it fit most of this front window on the cabin. I don't know why, but I've always envisioned, well, since we bought the place, always envisioned putting a giant wreath with a red bow on this window. I just thought it would look so fantastic with the green siding. So I'm just hanging it on a piece of string on a screw on the window trim. I'm using some red velvet ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting that on the wreath. And I love how this adds just a simple and elegant touch to the front of the house. I also took some garland. I have no clue where I got this. It's just cheap garland. And I hung that on Porch on this little tiny house. And then I also intertwined some Dollarama garland. This is my favorite Dollarama garland, and it just gives this other garland a little bit more texture. I swapped out our summertime accessories on the table for a simple IKEA tree that I've had for years, and then also swapped out the rug for this adorable gingerbread house rug. I think I got this at Anthropologie a few years ago. I also added a wreath to the front door. I'm gonna add tiny pops of red throughout this whole cabin. So essentially I'm swapping out all of the pink colored accessories in here for little bits of red, and I think that instantly makes it look festive. In the front entry, I hung a simple wreath. This one's from IKEA, and I added a gingham bow. I'm gonna add these little bows throughout the space because I think they just add that cottage chic look, and the red instantly makes me feel so Christmassy and warm and cozy. In the living room, one of my favorite ways to make a living room look instantly festive is just to simply swap out those throw pillows. So I already had this red and green plaid one. I think it's from Simon's on hand. I had these green ones from IKEA last year, so took a couple of the other pillows out and put these pillows here instead. This little home is not big enough for a traditional Christmas tree. I was gonna put a wall Christmas tree here that I made. I will link to that video down in the description box below, but there wasn't really even any wall space for it here. So I had this sparkly tree, and it's lit, which I think is really nice for this space, and I'm hanging some ornaments on that, and it adds just a little Christmas tree situation to this tiny living room. I'm also adding some candlesticks from the thrift store that I spray painted copper to match this space, and a little greenery from Dollarama on top of the fireplace. I also added these DIY gingerbread houses that I made to give it a fun feel. On the coffee bar, I removed the greenery what that was there and swapped it out with a Christmas tree, added some twinkle lights on there for some warm glow, and then on the table swapped out the arrangement in the center for a faux evergreen arrangement. Also added some plaid red and white napkins for that Christmassy feel. In the kitchen, I hung this little wreath on the wall, added that plaid gingham bow. I'm gonna add these bows throughout the space just to sort of tie everything together. And then I hung a garland, this one's from IKEA a couple years ago, over the window here in the kitchen. I love using a kitchen window as a centerpiece for the holidays, and I'm also making this dried orange garland. These are really simple to make. You can dry your own orange slices, or you can even buy them off of Amazon. Just make sure there's little holes in each one, or you can puncture holes if you want with just a pencil or something like that. I'm taking this red and white twine, threading it through the holes in the oranges, and hanging this on to the garland as well. I also tied on a red and white ribbon bow on sconce over the kitchen window. I'm not gonna touch the bathroom. That has to be super functional and easy to clean. So we're just leaving it as is. The only thing I did in here was swap out the hand soap for a festive lakeside scent. The thing about decorating our vacation rentals, and I learned this over the last couple years decorating our other vacation rental, is that you really have to think about how easy it is to clean and how comfortable for the guests. So I don't really want to go all out. I went a little more all out in this one than Spring Lake this year, but I was kind of having fun with it. In the bedroom though, if it was my house, I probably would put a wreath over the bed, but I feel like most guests wouldn't love that. So I'm just tying some simple gingham bows on the wall sconces on either side of the bed, which I think is super cute. And then I just used a command hook to hang this wreath on the mechanical room sliding door. I love this green vintage door with the wreath. So cute. Now this space is perfectly cozy for our guests to enjoy over the holiday season. They can cozy up with a book and a hot chocolate, enjoy our little electric fireplace, and spend some quality time with their loved one. Thank you so much for watching today's Christmas special video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of our tiny cabin, subtle Christmas decor down in those comments below. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I also wish you joy in your home today and always.